Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tashera. If you're new here, this channel is all about fragrances. In today's video, I'm going to get into my most complimented fragrances. I did one of these videos earlier on this year when I first started my channel, so I want to give an update. Some of the fragrances are the same, but this will be mostly based on the summer season. So in my collection, I have roughly 140 fragrances, but there are some fragrances that I reach for more than others. There's probably some that I haven't worn at all this year. So these fragrances are fragrances that I do wear a bit more than others, and every time I wear them, I do garner compliments. So there might be other fragrances in my collection that are compliment getters, but I really wouldn't know because I don't wear them often. So with that being said, let's get into this video. First, I'll start with a fragrance that actually isn't popular, but it's one that I absolutely love. I talk about it often. I want it to always be in my collection. I hope it isn't discontinued. Because it isn't popular, I feel like it's one that may be discontinued at some point in time, and I hope that it's not. And that fragrance is Kilian Roses on Ice. So I actually emptied this bottle today, but it's okay. I have my backup bottle locked and loaded, ready to go. I absolutely love this fragrance. So this is from the Liqueurs collection, if you don't know, and I would say it's definitely not the most popular in the Liqueurs collection. We all know the most popular would be Angel Share, followed by Apple Brandy, and then the other fragrances have been forgotten. This being one of them. So for me, this is a fresh, musky rose scent, but for me, it smells luxurious. It smells expensive. Of course, it is pricey, but this can be found on discounters like Joma Shop at a very reasonable price. So this one has notes of cucumber, juniper berries, lime, violet leaf, pink pepper, rose, ozonic notes, musk, sandalwood, ambroxan, and cedar. This to me smells like a cucumber martini with gin, and it's garnished with pink rose petals. But this smells very musky. It has a hint of woodiness, and the violet leaf definitely does stand out. This has a touch of green from the cucumber and the violet leaves, and it also has a powdery essence to it. This to me, it's so good. There hasn't been a single time that I've worn this fragrance that I haven't gotten compliments. I wore this to work once and I got 2 compliments within the span of an hour. This is a really good fragrance. I don't understand why it's hated. I think it's a cucumber note that most people don't like, but for me, I really do like it. I love the freshness that the cucumber adds to the fragrance to balance out the powderiness, because this is very powdery and musky as well. It's a beautiful fragrance. I want this to always be in my collection. I absolutely love it. I'm not one who goes for the hype. I like what I like, and although this isn't popular, I don't care. I love it, and I'm going to wear it. I think most people might not like it on a tester strip, but haven't experienced it on their skin. And I think that's the issue with this fragrance. For me, I did love this at first sniff on a tester strip, and I had to have the full bottle. I got it right away. Again, this one is Kilian Roses on Ice. Next on this list is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. This fragrance has notes of pistachio, gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. This is one of my favorites from the Kayali collection. This is powdery, sweet, slightly boozy. This is one of my favorite gourmand fragrances. This was love at first sniff for me. I won't say that this smells like pistachio. This doesn't really smell nutty to me. This does smell like a sweet, boozy, powdery scent. I can't really describe this fragrance, but I just know every single time I wear it, I get compliments. It's a beautiful fragrance, and I'm complimented by both men and women when I wear this fragrance. It's funny, I was talking about Kayali fragrances last week at work, and someone told me that they absolutely hate this fragrance, and I was like, what? No, absolutely not. It's a love. So for me, there are some fragrances that people don't like, and I can understand why. But for this one, I don't know. I don't really get why it's not liked. And I'm not a gourmand lover, but I absolutely love this fragrance. It doesn't. That's what I was speaking about during the conversation. I was saying that gourmand is my least favorite fragrance category, and she said, "Yes, I hate that pistachio gelato from Kayali," and I was like, "Girl, no, no." When I say gourmand, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about fragrances that literally smell like food, like chocolate cake or pancakes and syrup and mocha lattes. I don't want to smell like those things, but for me, this doesn't smell too foodie. This is just a beautiful, boozy, powdery scent to my nose. I love this fragrance. It's beautiful. Again, this one is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. Next up, Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. This is a beautiful, fluffy, strawberry, musky, slightly coconutty scent. I love this. I spoke about this in my previous video. So this one has notes of freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, creamy coconut, whipped vanilla, and pink musk. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I love this. I love it. It doesn't smell too fruity. Kelly knows how to do a gourmand. She really does. She knows how to do gourmands where they don't smell like literal food. They still smell like fragrances and they're very, very appealing. This has a hint of something sexy. I think it's the musk. It's the musk in here is beautiful. I think Kelly does musk so well. And speaking of musk, I am dying for Kayali to bring back Musk 12. I never had the chance to get a full bottle. The dual travel spray, which came with, on one end it was vanilla 28 and the other end it was musk 12. Oh, I fell in love with that and I stalked that fragrance. And it's been, what, 3 years now I've been stalking. Bring it back. I don't understand. Why are fragrances that are loved discontinued and fragrances that are not as popular still remain in the line? That makes no sense to me at all. It doesn't. Bring back Musk 12. We love it. We all love it. It's widely loved. Why are we waiting? Anyways, back to this. This is a fluffy, marshmallowy, slightly fruity. Like the strawberry stands out to me, but not too much. It doesn't smell artificial. It literally smells like there's these candies I used to eat as a child. It was like a strawberry marshmallow type candy. I don't know what it was called, but I absolutely used to love that candy. If anyone remembers, let me know if you remember what the name of it. I would love to have some of those right now. I think I had some about a year or two ago. I found them at a store and they were so good. But that's exactly what this smells like to my nose. This is so yummy. The name is so fitting. Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Again, this one is Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Next up, Maison Francois Kurky. So this is not popular, but every time I wear this fragrance, I get compliments. And this one actually does have pretty decent longevity. So I remember when this was first released, a lot of people bought this scent because they liked it, but then they returned it because they said that it didn't last. It was gone in 15 minutes. And I thought the same thing when I got my full bottle, but I wore it out in public and I received compliments. And I wear this to work and I get compliments throughout the day. And this is one that I do overspray when I wear it because it is a light wearing fragrance, but it does have decent longevity. I would say this lasts about 4 to 6 hours on my skin. So this one has notes of peach, vanilla, musk. I believe it also has sandalwood and it also has like a gummy bear note. The gummy candy doesn't really stand out to me. For me, this just smells like a nice peachy, vanilla, musky scent. And it's gorgeous. I like it. It's a very, very pretty scent. I absolutely love wearing this fragrance. And as I said, I get compliments every time I wear it. If you like this fragrance and you returned it for whatever reason, give it another try. Get a sample and see how it wears again on your skin. Maybe this is one that you should let sit for a while. But for me, right out the gate, my first time wearing this fragrance, I did receive compliments out in public after about it sitting on my skin for an hour. I know some people felt like it only lasts for a couple of minutes, but no, it doesn't. It does have decent longevity. And this was the first gourmand fragrance from Maison Francois Kurky. And yeah, it didn't receive rave reviews, but I love it nonetheless. Again, Maison Francois Kurky. Next on this list is Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman. This is a very spicy, juicy, citrus fragrance. This has notes of pear, bergamot, mandarin orange, ginger, orange blossom, Georgie wood, musk, amber figs, wood, and cedar. Every time, without fail, when I wear this fragrance, I'm complimented, mostly by women. I haven't received a compliment from a man while wearing this, but I have received compliments from women. This to me is a beautiful, citrusy, spicy, musky, woody fragrance. It has great longevity. there's not much to say about this fragrance. I think it's simple, but it's a very beautiful fragrance. And it does have great longevity. As I said, this one lasts about 6 hours on my skin. I do overspray this, but I overspray everything. I'm an oversprayer. But this just smells amazing. You have to enjoy spicy fragrances because the ginger note does stand out. And for some women, that might make this fragrance lean masculine. But personally, I love the note of ginger in my fragrance. I like that spiciness. I do like spicy notes in fragrances. So for me, this works. And I think this is perfectly unisex. I won't say it leans more masculine or feminine. For me, it's straight down the middle, but also that is a matter of personal preference. Again, this one is Blue Talisman by Ex Nihilo. Next on this list, Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique Extrait. I love the original and I love the Extrait. But I bought the Extrait because I feel this one has a hint of allure that isn't in the original fragrance. The original fragrance is very beautiful, a very pretty fragrance. It has decent longevity, 4 to 6 hours on skin. And I had a travel spray of that fragrance. And every time I wore it, I did get compliments and I fell in love with the fragrance. But I didn't purchase it because I thought it was similar to Valaya, which I already owned. But the fragrance stayed on my mind. So I decided to test this one and I fell in love with it. This has an amber note in the base, and amber is one of my favorite fragrance notes. For me, amber just gives fragrances this touch of allure and sexiness, and that is the difference for me between this and the original. As well as this fragrance does sit close to the skin, but I remember I wore this one day. I walked to a store with my friend and I was having a conversation with the security guard, and he said, he was standing a few feet away from me, and he said, "You smell really good." And I said, "Thank you." So, although this sits close to the skin, it does project at the same time. And that was about 6 hours into the day, and it was projecting. And he was standing, I would say, about 2 feet away from me as we were having this conversation, and he could smell this fragrance lingering on me. So I did have a nice scent trail, and this does leave a nice scent trail. It's a beautiful fragrance. So this fragrance has lychee, osmanthus, bergamot, peony, freesia, orange blossom, jasmine, musk, sandalwood, and moss. Okay, so this doesn't have amber, surprisingly. So to me, what smells like amber to my nose is actually moss, which is another fragrance note that I absolutely love. For me, moss and amber does kind of lean in the same direction. They both offer this sexy, alluring appeal to fragrances to my nose. The combination of those white florals with the moss and the musk and the juiciness from that lychee note. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a beautiful fragrance. This is one that will always be in my collection as well. I don't see myself ever falling out of love with this fragrance. And I do think I want a bottle of the original as well at some point in time, but for now, this will do. Again, this one is Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique. Next on this list, Parfums de Marly Valaya. This is the original. I do love the exclusive, but I haven't added it to my collection as yet. I do plan to at some point in time, but I've had the original for since it was released, and this was released 2 years ago. And look at my dent. Looking at my dent, you would think that I don't love this fragrance, but I do. I do. This fragrance is just very powerful. It has amazing longevity. You don't need to spray too much. A little goes a long way. This is a beautiful fragrance. Oh, this is a head turner. There hasn't been a single time I've worn this fragrance that I haven't gotten a compliment. Every single time I wear this, I get compliments. But this one is very aldehydic, which isn't a note that's in the exclusive, which may explain why some people prefer the exclusive, which is more creamy and almondy. Well, this one is more fresh and aldehydic. I do enjoy the aldehydes in its fragrance. So a long time ago, aldehydes was not a note that I enjoyed in fragrances, but that note has grown on me and I've grown to appreciate it, and I absolutely love it in this fragrance. So this fragrance has notes of aldehydes, white peach, bergamot, mandarin orange, orange blossom, lily of the valley, petalia, nympheal, vetiver, mahonia, musk, ambroxan, akagalawood, and vanilla. This is fresh. It has the tiniest hint of green from that lily of the valley. The aldehydes are very prominent. As I said, you have to enjoy aldehydes to enjoy this fragrance. The peach, it stands out, but it isn't overwhelming. Peach is a note that I find to be challenging sometimes, such as in fragrances like Bitter Peach, which is a fragrance that I actually do love, but I don't always enjoy wearing it because the combination of the peach mixed with the patchouli in that fragrance kind of is a bit off-putting sometimes, but the peach in here is well done. It just adds a hint of fruitiness. And then the citrus notes in this makes this fragrance very fresh at the same time. I think this is an all occasion scent. You can wear this to work. You can wear this on a date. This can be worn pretty much anywhere. And as I said, the longevity is amazing. And this is powerful, as I said. This is like almost guidance level powerful. A little goes a long way. You don't have to spray too much. So this bottle, I think the fragrance is worth. I think Parfums de Marly is very expensive, very pricey. But with this particular fragrance from the house, it'll be worth your money because it will last a very long time because you don't have to wear too much. 3 sprays is good enough. Again, this one is Parfums de Marly Valaya. My favorite fragrance from the house of Parfums de Marly, Delina La Roseé. Without a doubt. Compliments. Every single time. This is my second bottle. I started with the mini and then I upgraded to the bigger bottle. This is juicy, dewy, fruity, rosy, but the rose isn't mature. It's a very watery smelling fragrance. So you have to enjoy fresh, watery notes in your fragrance. I know there are a lot of people who don't like that, but I do. This just makes me feel fresh and clean, but this has a sensual touch to it. I get compliments from men, women, and children when I wear this fragrance. I spoke about it a while ago, but I remember I wore this in July to a barbecue, and a guy walked by me. He turned around and he said, "You smell like love." And that was such an amazing compliment. But that is exactly what this smells like. It smells like love. I also wore this about 2 weeks ago to work, and my niece came to meet me, and I took her to get lunch. And as we were walking, she said, "You smell amazing." Yes, this is an amazing fragrance. It's beautiful, it's fresh, it's floral, dewy, musky. This is all of the things. My favorite from the Delina line, followed by Delina Exclusive, which is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. But yes, Delina La Roseé will always be a winner in my book. I thoroughly enjoyed wearing this in the summertime. It's so beautiful. Again, Delina La Roseé by Parfums de Marly. Next on this list, Gritti Duchessa. The velvet is triggering me right now. If you're new here, I absolutely hate the feel of velvet. It makes me very uncomfortable. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but it just does. So I'm holding this bottle very awkwardly because I'm trying to avoid touching the velvet. Okay, okay. I love this fragrance. I wish they would change the bottle because I cannot with the velvet. But what for me, this is a very sexy, dark, alluring cherry fragrance. Every time I wear it, every time I get a compliment, without a doubt. This is cherry with a sexy saffron note. Saffron is also one of my favorite fragrance notes. This to me is if you combined Cherry Punk from Room 1015 with Mancera Instant Crush. You take those two fragrances, and if you have both, layer them. If you've been wanting this, but you're not ready to splurge, and you own Instant Crush and you own Cherry Punk, or combine those two, and you'll get this. This is a beautiful, intoxicating, alluring fragrances. Men and women, heads turn when I wear this, and I receive compliments from both genders. So this fragrance has notes of black cherry, saffron, bitter orange, peach, chocolate, cloves, jasmine, almond, iris, and brown sugar. Peach is not something that stands out to me, neither does chocolate or cloves. For me, what I get the most is that black cherry and that saffron and a beautiful airiness. This is so airy and decadent and sweet. I would have never guessed chocolate was in this. And this isn't my first time looking at the notes, but I'm always perplexed when I look at the notes and I see chocolate and peach. This is a 10 out of 10. This is in my top 10 at this point. I'm going to have to redo my top 10 favorite fragrances because this lands in that category. There are some fragrances when I'm going out, whether it's with friends, we're going partying, or I'm going on a date, or whatever it might be. This is one of the fragrances that I'm reaching for. So I'm going to do an update on my date night fragrances because this is like an easy reach for me. 10 out of 10. Again, this one is Gritti Duchessa. Next on this list, Diptyque La Papier. This is one of my favorite musky fragrances. This has notes of musk, white musk, sesame, mimosa, and woody notes. A simple fragrance, but it smells very unique. A lot of people describe this as smelling like steamed rice. I do kind of get that. I thought that this had a rice note, but it's not listed on Fragrantica, so I'm not really sure. But for me, overall, this smells like a very unique take on a musk fragrance. I can't compare this to anything else. It wasn't love at first sniff, but once I tested it on my skin, which made all the difference, I fell in love and I purchased a full bottle. This is the 50 ml. I'm halfway through my bottle, so I slowed down on it because this is one that I was wearing like on a weekly basis. I wanted to smell like this all of the time, and I still do. I still do. This is kind of sexy to me. This is one that I love wearing fresh out the shower, but I love wearing this to work. I love wearing this to run errands. This just makes me feel at home. It feels like a warm hug to me in a bottle. It's my favorite from Diptyque. Again, this one is La Papier. Next up, this one new to my collection. I discussed it in my previous video. This is Soie Malaquais from Dries Van Noten. This is a beautiful rose fragrance. It has a cacao note. It also has a silk note. This is perfection. This is like rising in the ranks to become one of my favorite rose fragrances. I don't think I can dethrone Delina La Roseé at the moment, but this is a strong contender. So this is number 2 of my favorite rose fragrances. This is so beautiful. And I went through 2 10 ml decants before getting the full bottle. Men and women compliment me when I wear this fragrance. It is so beautiful. Some may say it's overhyped. It is the most popular from the Dries Van Noten fragrance line, and for good reason. It's a beautiful fragrance. Like, I cannot deny it. I kind of dislike when some people say they don't like something just because it's popular, because a lot of people do that. You know, the need to be unique will make some people say they don't like something even though it's good. I don't see like how this can be disliked, but again, we are all different, so I understand. But this is just beautiful. It's not complex at all. It's a beautiful fragrance. Longevity, I won't say the longevity is that great. It lasts about 4 hours on my skin, but it's one that I don't mind refreshing. It's a beautiful fragrance. Again, this one is Dries Van Noten Soie Malaquais. Next on this list, Amouage Guidance 46. I love the original, but sometimes it would make my stomach turn a bit. It's one that I prefer to wear sprayed on my clothes than on my skin. And with that one, I can't do more than 2 sprays. I've had a decant of that one, a 10 ml decant of Amouage Guidance, the original, for since it was released. And I'm not even halfway through that decant. That's how strong that fragrance is. But this one, when I smelled this one, I fell in love and I had to have a full bottle. It's toned down. It doesn't have that off-putting thing that repulses a lot of people, including myself. This one is more woody. This one is darker and edgier. This one, I think the original one is actually sexy, but this is sexier. This ups the amp. If the original is daytime, this one is nighttime, and I think the bottle reflects that. The ombre from light to dark really does reflect that. This is a sexy fragrance. I think this is perfect for date night, but I wear this to work sometimes, and I get compliments every single time I wear it. This one leaves an intoxicating scent trail. This is a beautiful, creamy, woody rose fragrance, and this one, I believe this one also has an almond note. It's beautiful. Very pricey, but it's beautiful. And the longevity is just as great as the original fragrance. It lasts forever, so a little goes a long way. This is the strongest fragrance in my collection, followed by Valaya. So this one will be in my collection for a very long time because it's going to take forever for me to go through it. But I absolutely love the fragrance. Again, this one is Amouage Guidance 46. I haven't been wearing this one a lot, but it is one that when I do wear, I get compliments. And this is Initio Musk Therapy, my favorite fragrance from the house of Initio. This is fresh. It's citrusy, very musky, but it has a note of sandalwood. And the sandalwood in here is done so beautifully. This one, to me, the longevity is decent. I would say about 4 hours on my skin, but overspray if it doesn't last for you. If you feel this one, you wear it and you don't get compliments and you want to receive compliments. Now, I don't wear fragrances to receive compliments. I wear fragrances that I enjoy. Fragrances for me are mood boosters. They help get me through my day, especially at work. I have to wear a fragrance to work. I can't go to work smelling like nothing. Something about it just sets the mood for my day. And this one, I love wearing this to work. It's very fresh and uplifting, and it just makes me feel good. And others enjoy the scent as well. My niece, she's 6 years old. She always compliments me when I wear this, and her mother as well. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's not complex. There's not much to say, but it's beautiful. Well done by Initio. This was love at first sniff. I had to have a bottle. The first time I smelled this fragrance, I fell in love. Again, this one is Initio Musk Therapy. And the last fragrance on this list is Christian Provenzano Rocco. This is a beautiful, fruity, citrusy, ambery scent. This is decadent. It's so sexy. This is a guaranteed head turner. Guaranteed to turn heads. This has notes of raspberry, saffron, orange, caramel, peony, rose de mai, amber, musk, vanilla, and moss. This smells very rich. This is blended so beautifully. Christian Provenzano did an amazing job on this fragrance. I blind bought it and it wasn't love at first sniff, but after letting it sit, something changed for me and I was reaching for this all the time when I was going out. This was what I wanted to smell like all the time. I've kind of like given it a rest and I've started reaching for other things, but this one, I wanted to smell like this every time I was going out on a date with friends, whatever it was, a brunch, a dinner, whatever. I wanted to smell like this. It's just beautiful. It's a very sexy, fruity fragrance. And I think this can be worn all year round. The projection is amazing. The longevity is pretty good. 6+ hours on my skin. It's a beautiful, fruity, sexy, ambery fragrance. If that's your vibe, if that's your jam, you have to get your nose on this. Think of fragrances like, some people say this has the Baccarat Rouge DNA. I don't really agree, but I get what they're saying. So picture something like Baccarat Rouge, but fruity. Or something like Mancera Instant Crush, but make it fruity. But the fruits in here are very decadent and rich. The raspberry stands out to me the most. Beautiful. Well done. Again, this one is Christian Provenzano Rocco. So that concludes this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you have not yet liked the video, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here and you like what you saw today, please do check out some other videos. And if you enjoy the content, please do consider subscribing. I really do appreciate every single subscriber. And my last video did well, and I appreciate all the love that I did receive. Thank you for the warm welcome back. As I said, I do plan to be a bit more consistent. I'm not going to be as consistent as I was, dropping 2 videos a week. I can't dedicate that much time at this point, but I want to commit to 1 video a week, and I'm a woman of my word, so I will do my best to honor my word as I said. So this video will drop on Monday, September 8th, and I want to say thank you all. I do appreciate you all, every single subscriber. Thank you for all your kind words, as I said before. And if you made it this far, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.